Whoa now, whoa now, whoa now. Welcome back to the Black Album, your barber, the Kush. On this one, I want to talk about emotional maturity in regards to black women, right? And I did single out black women because in my personal experience, it is different, right? The way black women, or shall I say the lack of control that black women have over their emotions is just different from other women, you know what I'm saying? And I know y'all can get mad about this, but listen to this here. This is going to be from a personal experience, right? I'm gonna talk from all personal experiences of women that have come across my path. Right? I'm gonna try to think about it on the fly. I'm gonna try to make this as insightful. I don't know if it's gonna be entertaining because I don't really do entertainment, but I'm gonna try to make this insightful, right? So like the video, share the video, subscribe to the channel, hit the bell icon to receive notifications when I drop more videos. If you don't hit the bell icon, you won't know when I drop videos because I do not trigger the algorithm, right? Emotional maturity and emotional intelligence. These are not the same things. Emotional intelligence is your ability to understand emotions, not just your emotions, but the emotions of other people. Emotionally intelligent people are able to read the room. They pick up social cues, they pick up emotions from other people, and then they learn how to maneuver in ways that always allow them to have good relationships. And it's funny because when I was reading on this here, I was laughing because I think about all the black women that I'm still friends with. I always mention how I'm still friends with a lot of sisters. And I really thought about it, but the funny thing is that if I was like them, if I act more like they act, we wouldn't even talk to each other. We wouldn't even talk to each other. I mean, we wouldn't even be speaking. If I act more like they act, we wouldn't even be speaking. And then I thought about the men that I have fallen out with over the years because these men wanted me to act like a woman with them, and I wouldn't act like a woman with them. And instead of them saying, okay, this is me tripping, like the women usually do, they usually take their charge and leave it alone. The men kept going to the point where we fell out. So anyway, that's emotional intelligence, right? It's the ability to understand your emotion and the emotion of others. I gave an example, for instance, in the men's video where I was talking about, like, take racism, right? I was like, you know, they got a lot of white folks that don't care for us, but they don't want to see us dead or nothing like that, right? They wouldn't hurt us, right? They got a lot of white men that don't want us bopping their daughters, but they don't really care to see anything bad happen to us. So, you know, everything is on levels. You got to understand how people feel about certain situations. And these are things that you learn in life as you go on. And you see, they say American Psychological Association defines emotional maturity as a high and appropriate level of emotional control and expression. Emotional immaturity, on the other hand, is a tendency to express emotions without restraint or disproportionately to the situation. Now, this is what I want to talk about from my personal experience. How many times have y'all not met one of these old pro-black women, right? Pro-black sisters, and you seen her all wrapped up, and you tell her sister, good morning, sister. What's good about it? I'm not in mourning. You know, it's like, good Lord. You know what I'm saying? You know, oh, one of my female friends, right? You know, she called, you know, about a year ago. She checked up on me, maybe not even a year ago, you know. And, you know, I'm like, oh, boo, how you doing? How you been? You know what I'm saying? Cause you know, I really don't like when men call me boo. You know, you the only man I let get away with that. I'm like, but why? I'm like, why? What's wrong with it? It's not an insulting word. You know, y'all get mad, we say baby, and you from New Orleans, but we call everybody baby. Call our grandmother baby. We call the dudes baby on the basketball court, the dude baby on football field. We call women baby. We call everybody baby. The women call us baby. We call everybody baby. Y'all get mad about everything. Say, but why is me saying that an insult? You gotta take language as it is intended to be taken. If I'm not intending to insult you, I'm not intending to assault you. Now, you can say, well, not all insults are intentional. But goddamn, if I'm just using vernacular of our environment, everyday language that we use every day that everybody around here knows is no more of an insult than me saying, what's up, my nigga? Everybody know that's not an insult, right? So I mean, we can take it how it's intended to be taken, or we can act stupid, you know what I'm saying, and lose friends. And the emotional, immature people lose friends behind that. The emotional, stupid people, or the emotionally dense people, they don't have solid relationships because they run everybody off with the stupidity of the way they think. And I told her, I didn't call you a bitch, I didn't call you a hoe, although I know enough about you to call you both. If I wanted to call you something and stand on it with factual evidence, I can do that, because I know you. I know your secrets. I know your sexual proclivities. She's one of these educated college women that walks around mild-mannered, you know, all prissy and bougie, but boy, get her in that bedroom. Get her in that bedroom, you know what I'm saying? Porn star comes out, you know, straight up, you know what I'm saying? So, I mean, I know you. So I know how easy it is to smash you. You know, you've been married not 10, but I'm gonna be honest. If I say this, man, and she hears, she gonna know I'm talking about her, so I'm gonna hold that back. But you know, she's been married like buku times, and they don't last. You know what I'm saying? She jumps from man to man like a hummingbird on the flower, you know? So I know you. And the reason why I know all this, because throughout it all, because of the way I am, we stay friends. See, she can't talk to no other man in her past like she can talk to me. She don't check on them. She don't call them, because she don't have no friendship with them because of the way they are. They act too much like she do. Me, on the other hand, I'm a man. So I don't get pulled into all that old emotional craziness and stuff. I stay where I'm at. Like, I let them do that over there. I cut it off and let it go over there, and I keep it me. You know what I'm saying? And because I'm like that, I'm still friends with a lot of these women. But take another one. Two of the most jealous women that I've ever dealt with were also two of the prettiest women that I've ever dealt with. Now, granted, I mean, you know, women like me when I was a little younger, you know what I'm saying? I was a little pretty boy. I always say that, you know, I was a good looking dude, and the women like me. But I would go out with these women, you know what I'm saying? I would dress these women in all kinds of eye-catching clothing. Dudes would be oogling them and looking them up and down. I never say a word. I never look, never pay attention. But boy, let a woman even come near me that looks good. They can't ever notice the dudes looking at them because they too busy watching the room to see if a woman is going to notice me. Plus, I was popular in New Orleans, you know what I'm saying? So they too busy trying to watch to see if any woman is going to see me. They not, it was weird, bro. And it's like, God, you know, like, get up off me, you know what I'm saying, bro? You know what I'm saying? I mean, can't deal with that stifling type relationship, man. And with both situations, it get to a point where it doesn't matter what you say, it becomes an insult to them. I mean, like I mentioned, the lady, you know, and that was a real story. When I said about good morning, I mean, that has actually happened to me on more than one occasion. I'm not in mourning. What's good about it? How do you know it's good? You don't even know me. I mean, it's like, damn, bitch, what's wrong with you? The hell? And you just don't get that from non-black women like that. We can try to not make this about race all we want, but you just don't get that from non-black women like that. Non-black women are not just that messed up mentally, man. And we can try to blame it on anything we want to blame it on. I ain't trying to hear none of that, man. Because like I said in the men's video, our problem is that we are being taught what it means to be human and civilized from savages. And we know they are savages. They have a track record of nothing but savagery. They have a long history of doing nothing but colonizing and wiping out people. Mass murder everywhere they go. This is their history. And we know it's that we know what it is. And we let them tell us, we let them become somehow the prototype of what it means to be a civilized man and woman. Amazing, bro. Man, we ought to be ashamed of ourselves. So I ain't trying to hear all this about what we went through, because we didn't go through nothing other than letting them people condition our beliefs and worldviews. That's what we went through. We went through a PSYOPS, a psychological operation. Nothing physically happened to us, people. This is all psychological. Oh, what about the lynchings, Kush? Oh, I mean, I ain't saying nothing bad has ever happened to people that were black. And I ain't saying nothing bad I ain't saying we were never targeted for bad things because we are black. Yes, all these things happen. But I'm saying that the big things that y'all believe happened never happened. The things that did happen were rarities. They were exceptions, right? They were rarities. And they did happen, and they were horrific. But still, you know, we are not reacting or responding because of those things. We are reacting, responding to beliefs, to the way we believe our history is, the way we see ourselves in comparison and contrast to others. That's what affects the mindset of black women. And the reason why they internalize all this towards black men is because that's who the system hates. That's who their master hates the most, black men. So they are extremely confrontational with us. But anyway, it got to a point in one of my relationships, man, where everything I said to these two women it had a sour taste. And because me being the kind of man I am, I just got rid of them. You know what I'm saying? I mean, you try to see, okay, maybe I could say something different. Maybe I was you don't know if I'm just being a little bit too blunt, or, you know, shooting from the hips, I'm being a little too blunt, or is she tripping? You don't know at first. But once I realize, no, it's not me, she tripping, they gotta go. They gotta go. Because I'm not dealing with this emotional immaturity, bro. I'm not dealing with these people lashing out, taking everything as an insult that's not intended to be an insult, taking everything wrong, twisting my words, twisting my intents. I'm not dealing with that. I'm not gonna be on defense for every damn thing I do or say. One of these women actually said, before I got rid of her, actually both of them said it. I'm tripping. Both of them actually had a similar conversation before I got rid of them. You know, and I showed this same kind of people, huh, bro? Anyway, they said, you know, Kush, I feel like I'm trapped, like I can't do nothing, you know what I'm saying? But you can do what you want to do when you want to do, and I can't do nothing. I said, I've never stopped you from doing nothing. I've never told you you can't do anything that you want to do. You are free at any time to do anything that you want to do. She said, yeah, but if it's something you don't agree with, I gotta go. I said, and you are correct. You know what I'm saying? I lead. You follow. If you don't like that, you bounce. We not doing 50-50. We not doing 55-45. We not doing 60-40, 70-30, 80-20, 90-10. We not doing 99-1. I lead, you follow, you don't like, you bounce. If you feel like I am stopping you from living your life in a way that's more pleasing to you, the door is there. Because that is not what I want to do. That is not what I say on the channel. I am a strong believer that you should have every right to live your life the way you want to. Leave. But they didn't want to leave. They wanted me to break. They wanted me to not be a man that I am to accommodate them. But the truth of the matter is, had I done that, it still would not have mattered. That's the truth, my brothers. Had I bent and broken to their benefit, it would not have mattered. It would have only gotten worse, and we'd have still ended up where we ended up at, apart. Because once they turned down a certain road, or once they got to a certain level of comfortability within the relationship and they started showing whatever sides of themselves that they have been suppressing, it was over. It was a matter of time from there. And we talk about, this was like 8 years into the relationship. I'm telling you, man, I think a lot that I had a polygynous family, that I had multiple women, because if I had invested in either one of those two women, say if I'd invested in those two women by themselves, one at a time, that would have been about 16 years wasted out of my life. Y'all ain't hearing me. That would have been about 16 years wasted out of my life. And these women will waste that time in your life and walk away. Now, they didn't leave me, I got rid of them, but it don't matter. It's the same thing with whether she filed for divorce or she makes me file for divorce, it doesn't matter. It still was a breakup caused by their actions. Whether they walked away or I had to get rid of them, it doesn't matter. It's still a breakup caused by their actions. And that's what it is. So I've seen these emotionally unhinged women up close. I've seen, trying to drive down the street, they get mad. We on the interstate, and this crazy chick trying to jump out the damn moving SUV on the interstate. I gotta grab her while I'm driving, and her been trying to pull to the damn side of the road before she jumps out and roll over like she a stunt woman on TV or something. Crazy, bro. Just insane. And is always behind little or nothing. Isn't that what it say? They have a tendency, let me pull this up again. They have a tendency right here, to express emotion without restraint or disproportionately to the situation. I've seen it. I've seen these women try to swing on me, bruh. Knowing I'm a street dude. Yeah, of course I smacked them. Yeah. Man, you should never hit a woman. Look, you come put your hand on me too, whether you a man or a woman, watch I smack your ass too. You know what I'm saying? I ain't let nobody physically abuse me. I don't give a damn what your gender is. You could be one of these new genders that y'all have created. You ain't about to physically abuse me. You know what I'm saying? I'm just letting you know. Keep your hands to yourself. I'm old school New Orleans. You better keep your hands to yourself. You better keep your hands to yourself. Bitch, nigga, you drunk? You better keep your hands to yourself. Look, keep your hands to yourself. You know what I'm saying? I don't care. You're stunned, you're drunk, you're loaded. I don't care what's going on. Keep your hands to yourself. But we got problems with these people, man. These emotionally unhinged people. And men, y'all gotta recognize these kinds of women, man. If you're in the early stages of getting to know a woman, and it seems like every little thing you say comes this close to being an argument, you know what I'm saying? You always got to explain that's not what you're saying, that's not what you mean. And now instead of you making a point that you was about to make, you got to take 20 minutes to explain that you wasn't saying what she jumped to the conclusion saying that you were saying. Walk away from that chick. Walk away from that chick. Leave her alone. Leave her right where she stands. Walk away from her. It is not going to get better. It is not going to get better. You know what I'm saying? There is no amount, because what she's dealing with is something wrong in her head. There's no amount of rational, logical conversation that's going to change that woman. She is not going to change. It's going to get worse. And once she gets over that high, that sort of honeymoon type stage where she's all infatuated with you, and some of y'all don't even go through that stage because women don't even like y'all like that. Some of you dudes got it bad. At least sometimes, if it's a man that a woman chooses, she will suppress a lot of these bad habits for a while. So you will actually get to have some fun with the chick. But a lot of you dudes, the women don't even like y'all. Y'all meet these women trying to convince these women to mess with y'all. Y'all chase these women. Y'all pursue these women. Y'all basically convince these women to go on dates with you, and then they got an attitude from jump. And you continue to try to kiss her ass and try to talk to her and do this and that. Man, I ain't doing it. I ain't doing it. Nah. I'm letting you know straight up, I ain't doing it. As soon as I see those signs, I'm out of here. So I've seen this stuff. So, emotionally immature women and emotionally dense women are a problem. And I think brothers need to be on the lookout for both of those situations. You know what I'm saying? Again, if you pull up emotional intelligence, it's going to show you some other stuff, dealing with a whole bunch of other stuff. Don't worry about that. That's not what it is. This is the psychological definition, right? This is from the Psychology Board, American Psychology Association, right? That's what this is. This is their definition down here. But anyway, I think I said enough on the situation. Emotionally immature women, or emotionally dense women, or emotionally idiotic women, you know what I'm saying? You can't deal with them. Emotionally stupid women, you can't deal with these people. You know what I'm saying? You gotta beware of these kinds of women. You gotta pick up on the cues You know, you got to be able to read them. When you see it, you got to understand what you're seeing, and don't think that you're going to change it. Don't think you're going to change it. So anyway, I'm out of here. I'm Brother Kush, aka the Black Alpha. Salam.